Hi, welcome to Finding the Word. It's Melanie Brown. And before I even say the word, I have to say that I was wrong about the virus being gone because O was nauseous. Jackson has been nauseous. Marlon threw up last night and could not go to work today. So it's difficult when good help is down. So there's that part. But so hopefully tomorrow, people will be feeling much better. So the word is decide. And I just have trouble deciding things. I had something I needed to decide today that they needed to know an answer tomorrow. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. And I find that people are like, what have you decided? Did you decide what you want to do? I'm going to need you to decide and let me know. I hear this because I will struggle a lot of the time to make decisions. And I was talking to my sister about it. It's like, what is making this so hard? And when discussing it, it was like, okay, this is about not making the wrong decision. It's not really the trouble with deciding. It's feeling like you won't decide correctly. So I realized I'm trying to avoid making a mistake. And then the mistake leading to a regret. But then as I'm unraveling this, it really put me to mind of other words I've done, which is what everything does these days. And I thought about failure. It's kind of connected there in that, can I really make a mistake? Can I really decide wrong? If it's different than I think, does that really mean it's failure or does that really mean it's a mistake? When you're looking at the scriptures and you're saying, okay, all things work together for my good, my steps are ordered, he's lighting my path, I'm seeking his will, then why do I think that this could be wrong? My sister reminded me that a lot of times the door's shut anyways. I'll go to do something or this direction or that direction, that door slams shut and I can't get it open. So it's like, that is typically the way I'm dealt with when I am not supposed to be going in a certain direction. So when thinking about that, it's like, okay, really we should feel free to move forward. I don't believe that a lot of things are mistakes. And so this is a learned behavior. And so a lot of times her and I are talking about things and realizing we've learned things that stick with you and it takes time to unravel. But because of the other things that you're learning, it connected. And by seeing that connection between you do this and then you make this mistake and then you are regretting it, it's like we're seeing the cycle here. And then it makes you hesitant to make the decision. But is there any mistake? No. And so I think about our move even to Florida. This is one that was really hard for me for a really long time because our life was really turned upside down. And the barbershop that my husband had had for so long was gone. We had to start our lives over. He was absolutely stabbed in the back. Contrary to any story anybody tells, he was not done right. This is all there is to it. But I struggled with the idea that I felt it. It was like in my spirit, I knew. I said this to him, something's going on. So it felt kind of like, okay, we didn't do this right. This was a mistake. This couldn't have been the way it was intended to be because maybe I should have listened to what I was feeling. No, it can sometimes just simply be a subtle understanding or warning, something that is there not to say, oh, you should have listened to that. You made a mistake. But more so to say, I'm reminding you that I know all things, that I am there, that I understand. And it can be more of an assurance, in other words, than it is for you to be feeling like something was off that you could have chosen. But when I fast forward, it was all good. I'm even thinking about earlier this year. I thought that I would be working in January, February. I planned things around that and accordingly, and it did not work that way. It was not available for me to do so. And it seemed like a big issue. I was just like, oh no. What is going on and what's going to happen? And, I'm projecting ahead and it seemingly is not the way it's supposed to be. When I sit right now and think about it and what I have accomplished in that time frame due to the fact that I was made to sit still or due to the fact that this other door was closed, I am sitting in gratitude and thankfulness and a full understanding of why. The real knowledge here is that we have to be careful about thinking that what we're dealing with, because the outcome is different than we think, or that someone else is telling us what they believe should be, and because it's different than that, being made to believe that there's a mistake going on, or the illusion that it's wrong, the wrong choice has been made, or that we are needing to have regrets. That is not the case. The scripture I have is 1 Corinthians 12:11. I'm going to be reading 7 through 11, but it's on gifts again. And the other day when we were talking about encourage, the word was encourage, and it was going through spiritual gifts. And so I'm looking at scriptures for decide, and then here are spiritual gifts again. So there is something we need to understand about spiritual gifts. I am here for it though. A spiritual gift is given to each of us so we can help each other. To one person, the Spirit gives the ability to give wise advice. To another, the same Spirit gives a message of special knowledge. The same Spirit gives great faith to another. And to someone else, the one Spirit gives the gift of healing. He gives one person the power to perform miracles, and another the ability to prophesy. He gives someone else the ability to discern whether a message is from the Spirit of God or from another spirit. Still another person is given the ability to speak in unknown languages, while another is given the ability to interpret what is being said. It is the one and only Spirit who distributes all these gifts. He alone decides which gift each person should have. And so additional gifts, prophesying, healing. I always think that's a magnificent, wonderful gift to be able to touch and heal people, and performing miracles. And so there's more gifts. And I'm just like, perhaps we just really need to be diving in and talking to the Spirit about our gifts. He is emphasizing this. This is an exclamation point for me to be back at gifts again. But this thing about deciding, walking out the will of the Father, guarantees you that you don't have to worry about any mistakes, that he is going to cover that we can trust him as we are going through making our decisions, that he is watching out. He's watching out for us at all times. And even if something is there to entrap you or you could be going the wrong way, he's going to let you know. He's going to get you right back on that path, or use it for something that even if it was meant to be against you, it won't prosper, and that it will be for your good. I'm going to be working on my decisions and working on making those decisions, and not for fear, because really there it is again, fear of the mistake and the regret, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So I always say, don't forget to find the word, but today I'm going to say decide to find the word, and I will see you tomorrow.